Welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the evolutionary progression of crocodiles. And so these categories narrow down to actual crocodiles. So the crocodilomorpha are less like the crocodiles in the crocodiliforms, which are less like the crocodiles in the mesoeucrocodilia, which are less like the crocodile and the crocodilia, which are actual crocodiles. So in this video, we're going to begin with the Triassic and with some animals that look like crocodiles but are not at all related, the phytosaurs. And then we'll move on to the paracrocodilomorphs, and the fossils of these animals are in Petrified Forest National Park, and specifically in the Chinle Formation. And then we'll show you a paracrocodilomorph, and then some crocodiliforms, and finally crocodilia. So this is the strata in the Chinle Formation. You can see that there's the Mesa Redondo member, then the Blue Mesa member, Soncella member, Petrified Forest member, and each of these have a date range. You know, for example, the Petrified Forest member is 213 to 210, and then the Owl Rock member is more recent. And so each of these formations is actually beautiful colors left behind at Petrified Forest National Park. So these scientists are looking in the Mesa Redondo member for crocodile and other fossils. And so this member extends from 227 to 225, whereas the entire Chinle Formation is from 228 to 208 million years ago. So here's a phytosaur, and there's a very nice exhibit at Petrified Forest National Park, if you ever get a chance to go there, where they show the fossils found in this beautiful national park. But these looked like crocodiles, but they weren't crocodiles. And what happens in evolution is that animals evolve to occupy niches. And so this is the crocodile niche, where an animal waits in the water and is an ambush hunter. So it's helpful to have a long mouth and this body structure. So here's another phytosaur from the Chinle Formation. So now we're going to look at the actual relative of crocodiles, also from the Chinle Formation. This is Pastosuchus. So you can see that it's not as tall, but obviously heavier than a human. And so here are the paracrocodilomorpha. You can see that they're part of the Archosauria, and Suchia refers to crocodiles. And then you can see here that Pastosuchus is close to the Crocodilomorpha, but it's still outside of that group. So what scientists do is they look at the bone structures, and they can see, for example, that the phytosaurs were not related to crocodiles, but the Pastosuchus is. So here we're looking at the Blue Mesa member. So this is down in this area, 225 to 220 million years ago. And here is a crocodilomorph in the Blue Mesa member of the Chinle Formation. And the interesting thing about it is it's a terrestrial animal. And if you look at crocodiles, you can see that they have rather vertical and long legs. So at first, scientists did not think this was related to crocodiles. But now they know that it is, because they've looked at the bone structure and they can see that it is actually an ancestor of crocodiles. So now we are here on this cladogram, and then next we're going to go to the crocodiliforms. This is just another formation at Petrified Forest National Park, the Soncella member. just showing you a few of these beautiful formations. And here is the petrified forest member. And here is the owl rock member. So beautiful colors left behind, as well as very nice fossils of petrified wood. So this was a forest at the time, a lowland with swamps, which is why there's crocodiles. And so there's just like giant logs. If you ever have a chance to go there, it's beautiful. Then above the Chinle Formation is the Moenavi Formation. So this is more recent. And here we have Protosuchus, which is a crocodiliform. So you can see here that it's closer to the crocodiles than the crocodilomorphs. And there are many, many crocodile-like species that went extinct, many crocodilomorphs that didn't survive the end Cretaceous extinction, didn't make it into the age of mammals, the Cenozoic, after 66 million years. So I'm just showing you one here. And so this is, even though it's a crocodilomorph, it's not an ancestor of crocodiles because it's farther down the evolutionary chain. And so the crocodiles had already split off from the crocodilomorphs before this animal evolved. And also many crocodiliforms went extinct. So this is Goniopholis from the late Jurassic to early Cretaceous. And there are dozens of these species of Neosuchia. Then we have Borealosuchus, which you can see that it is part of the Crocodilia. So in the previous cladogram, I showed you the Meso-Eucrocodilia. Well, the Crocodilia evolved out of that group 95 million years ago. And then the Crocodilia are all the animals that made it through the end Cretaceous extinction. And so Borealosuchus is part of that group. It actually went extinct in the Eocene. So it's no longer with us. But then you can see that down on this side, we have the Alligatoroidea. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. And the Crocodiloidea. So here's a Brachychampsa, which is an alligatoroid that made it through the end Cretaceous extinction. It's from the Hell Creek Formation in North Dakota, where which was laid down at the time of the end Cretaceous extinction. So they can see which animals made it through. Very few made it through. But this was one of them. And so it's along the lines of the alligators. So it's an ancestor of alligators. And finally, we come to the modern crocodilia that are descended from the animals that survived the end Cretaceous extinction. These are just 3 examples: the saltwater crocodile, the American alligator, and the Indian gharial, if I'm saying that correctly. So this is the animals that made it through the end Cretaceous extinction, such as alligators and various types of crocodiles. We'll see you next time.